Chosen ones, imagine this. At one point, they believed they had you pegged like a prized possession. They thought they could draw from your energy, rely on your loyalty, and benefit from your unwavering support. They didn't just take you for granted, they took you for weak. But here's the twist they never saw coming. You evolved, shedding the very chains they counted on to keep you close. Now, you're a fortress, fortified by every ounce of resilience they thought they'd drained from you. They're left shocked, maybe even desperate, because the person they counted on like a lifeline has become untouchable, an enigma wrapped in strength and wisdom they'll never access again. You didn't just walk away, you transformed, leaving them to grapple with a hollow realization. Everything they had, everything they took from you, was a privilege. They thought they could keep you in the shadows, but now, you're blazing so brightly that the gap between you is a vast, impenetrable chasm. This is the story of a plot twist they'll never recover from, a reminder that the one they needed most has become the one they can never reach again. Let's dive into the cold, hard truths that leave them standing in your shadow, haunted by the lifeline they so carelessly let slip. Number 1, the power dynamic reversed. Once upon a time, they thought they held all the cards. They saw you as someone who would always be there, a constant they could lean on, manipulate, or sideline at their convenience. To them, your loyalty was a tool to use, not a treasure to cherish. The power dynamic was clear in their eyes. They had control, and you were meant to follow. But here's where they miscalculated. The same loyalty they took for granted became the root of your power, and that dynamic they relied on flipped in a way they could never have foreseen. Your silence, once a source of their confidence, was in truth the calm before the storm. While they thought you were quietly abiding, you were actually watching, learning, and evolving. Every doubt they sowed, every moment they downplayed your potential, only added fuel to a fire they'd one day regret sparking. And now that the tables have turned, that power they once felt has dissolved. You are no longer the version of yourself they controlled. Instead, you've transformed into a force they can't handle, and more painfully, can't reach. The person they once dismissed is now out of their league. Every word, every move, every success is a reminder that they lost any sway over you. The authority they once believed they had has evaporated, leaving them grappling with a bitter truth. You are no longer their backup plan, their safe option, or their reliable fallback. Now, they're the ones observing from a distance, powerless to reclaim the ground they once thought they owned. In the ultimate twist, the power dynamic has not only reversed, but cemented itself in a way they can't undo. And the irony stings because the strength they underestimated was yours all along. Number 2, your growth became their kryptonite. They thought they knew you, saw your growth as beneficial for them, but never as a threat. To them, you were reliable, predictable, and always there to support their journey, not realizing that the quiet resilience you displayed was the very thing that would eventually place you out of reach. They counted on your loyalty and your willingness to stand by, underestimating the kind of strength you'd built in silence. But that strength, nurtured through patience and observation, evolved into a force they never imagined. A force that has now become their kryptonite. Every step forward you take, every new layer of resilience and self-assurance you embody, leaves them shaken. They can't understand how the person who once bolstered them has transformed into someone immune to their demands and above their attempts to regain control. Your growth exposes the weaknesses they so carefully tried to cover up, reminding them that they relied too heavily on your loyalty and never considered the cost of losing it. Now, they're faced with a version of you that surpasses them, a version they can't manipulate or even fully comprehend. Their envy, frustration, and even fear stem from a single painful realization. You no longer need them, and in fact they may even feel like they need you. Your independence has made you untouchable, and each milestone you achieve only serves as a bitter reminder that they're now the ones grasping for relevance in your world. Your growth didn't just make you stronger. It has become a mirror that reflects their insecurities, leaving them vulnerable to the reality they once ignored. that in trying to hold you back, they created a force that ultimately surpassed them. The stronger you become, the weaker they feel, bound by the limits they once believed only you had. Number 3. They realized they were never enough for you. For a long time, they believed they had something unique to offer you, something you wouldn't find elsewhere. They thought they were a pillar in your life, someone you relied on, perhaps even aspired to. In their mind, they were enough. They were the foundation you'd keep returning to. But as you started to grow, finding new heights and embracing your true potential, the veil began to lift, and they were forced to face a harsh truth. They were never enough for you, not in the way they assumed. As you evolved, everything you once admired or depended on in them started to look smaller, less significant, and increasingly hollow. You outgrew the version of them that could once captivate or influence you, and in doing so, left them behind in a way they weren't prepared for. Your ambitions, resilience, and self-worth shattered any illusion of their importance, revealing just how much they'd underestimated you all along. They now realize that, at most, they were a stepping stone in your journey, not the summit they imagined themselves to be. Now, each accomplishment you achieve is a glaring reminder of the gap between you. What they once thought made them special in your life has been reduced to a passing memory, a shadow against the strength you've come to embody. They see that what they offered you was surface level, something you no longer even require, let alone crave. This knowledge is humbling, and for them, even humiliating. The one person they thought needed them has moved on, becoming someone they can't keep up with. Now they're haunted by a truth they never anticipated, that they were never truly enough, and that nothing they have could ever contain or match the person you've become. Number 4. Their attempts to control you backfired. They thought they had control, whether through subtle manipulation, silent expectations, or direct influence. To them, your loyalty and quiet strength were tools to mold, bending you to fit their plans or ideals. Every gesture, every advice they gave had an undertone of control, a strategy to keep you within the bounds they set. They saw your kindness and resilience as signs of dependence, viewing your support as a weakness they could leverage. But what they couldn't see was that every limitation they imposed was actually teaching you how to rise above it, until one day you no longer fit in the mold they had crafted. Their control attempts didn't weaken you, they sharpened you. With each restriction you learned patience, developed boundaries, and honed a vision of your own that went beyond their limited expectations. What they believed was a way to manage you became your training ground, a silent preparation for a strength they were unwittingly fueling. And now, as they stand on the outside looking in, they're forced to confront a brutal reality. All their attempts to hold you back have created a person who is now beyond their reach. Their efforts backfired in the most ironic way. Instead of maintaining control, they fueled your independence. Each time they tried to confine you, they taught you to navigate around it, to trust yourself more deeply. Now the walls they built to contain you only serve as barriers keeping them out. They thought they were securing a future in which you'd always orbit their world, yet you've moved so far beyond their grasp that even understanding you is beyond them now. They're left grappling with the weight of their own miscalculation, watching as the very person they tried to keep small has grown beyond their control. In their attempts to hold on to you, they ended up forging a version of you who no longer needs them at all. Number 5. You've become a void they can't replace. When you were deeply intertwined with their life, they never truly recognized your irreplaceability. They took your presence for granted, assuming that your loyalty and support were constants that would always be at their disposal. But now that you've stepped away, you've left an unmistakable void, one that reverberates through every aspect of their existence. The truth is they are painfully aware that you are not just a comforting presence. You are the heartbeat of their world. Your absence has created a gap so profound that no one else can fill it, no matter how hard they try. In their quest to move on, they've sought to surround themselves with new faces, hoping to recreate the bond they once had with you. They chase the familiar comfort of your laughter, the strength of your insights, and the warmth of your support. Yet no one else compares. They are mere shadows of what you brought to the table. Each interaction serves as a painful reminder that what they once had was unique, a blend of your qualities that can never be duplicated. Your absence highlights their shortcomings, making it glaringly clear that they were never as self-sufficient as they pretended to be. The people they fill their lives with lack the depth, understanding, and connection you effortlessly offered. As they navigate through these new relationships, they can't shake the feeling of incompleteness, an echo of the vibrant life they once shared with you. The emotional void you've left is palpable. It hangs in the air, suffocating and relentless. They're haunted by memories of what you created together, struggling with a sense of loss that permeates their daily existence. In realizing that you were the irreplaceable lifeline they overlooked, they face an undeniable truth. They've lost something invaluable, and no one can ever take your place. Your departure has made it abundantly clear that you were not just a chapter in their story. You were the entire narrative they'll now grapple with without you. Number 6. You became the version they feared most. They always sensed the potential within you, the quiet strength that lingered just beneath the surface, waiting to be unleashed. This was the version of you they feared the most, the one who could stand tall, who would not hesitate to voice their truth and embrace their worth. They thrived on your compliance, your willingness to fit into their expectations, believing it would keep you tethered to them. But deep down, they knew that your awakening was inevitable, and now that you've stepped into your power, the very thought of you strikes terror in their hearts. You've become the embodiment of everything they sought to suppress, the voice that no longer whispers but roars, the spirit that no longer bends but stands unyielding. Each moment you embrace your authenticity shatters their fragile comfort zone, exposing their insecurities and forcing them to confront the reality they carefully constructed around you. They're left grappling with the bitter truth that their attempts to diminish you have backfired spectacularly, creating an indomitable force that now looms over them like a dark cloud of reckoning. Your transformation is not just about personal growth, it's a painful reminder of their failures. Every step you take towards your dreams, every boundary you set, becomes a glaring testament to their shortcomings and the unhealthy dynamics they once thrived on. You are now a mirror reflecting their fears. Fears of being inadequate, fears of being overshadowed, fears of losing control over someone they thought they could dominate. With each confident stride you take, you reinforce their worst nightmare, that they can no longer dictate your narrative. You're no longer a passive participant in their story. You've become the author of your own, and it terrifies them. As you continue to rise, they are left wondering if they ever truly knew you at all, or if they only created a version of you that suited their needs. Your existence is a living testament to the power of self-actualization, and it looms over them as a constant reminder that their influence was never as strong as they believed. They must now confront the version of you they feared, strong, unbreakable, and utterly out of their reach. Number 7. Your evolution makes them question themselves. As you continue to evolve, your unwavering presence becomes a powerful force that ripples through their existence. Each step you take, every achievement you unlock, acts like a mirror reflecting their stagnation and insecurities back at them. They are confronted not just by your growth, but by the stark contrast it creates against their own lives, igniting an internal dialogue filled with uncomfortable truths. No longer can they deny the reality of their complacency, as your resilience and determination shine a light on the shadowy corners of their own self-doubt. Witnessing your transformation prompts them to engage in a brutal self-examination. They find themselves grappling with questions they've long avoided. Why am I stuck in this rut? Why can't I seem to muster the courage to chase my dreams? What holds me back from reaching the heights that seem effortless for you? The very sight of you thriving becomes a catalyst for their introspection, pushing them to confront the uncomfortable feelings of inadequacy they've hidden behind a facade of bravado. In their moments of solitude, as they scroll through the highlights of your achievements or reflect on your unyielding spirit, they can't help but feel a twinge of envy mixed with admiration. It's a cocktail of emotions that serves as a painful reminder of their limitations. Your evolution showcases not only what they lack, but also what they could have if only they had the courage to break free from their self-imposed shackles. They witness the confidence radiating from you, and in that moment, they realize they've allowed fear to dictate their choices, trapping them in a cycle of inaction and despair. This confrontation is a double-edged sword. While they may resent your success, they can't ignore the inspiration it brings. Your journey serves as a powerful reminder that growth is a choice they've neglected to make for themselves. As you continue to soar, the chasm between your lives widens, compelling them to reevaluate their own paths. They must confront the reality that they can no longer lean on the comfort of your past dependency. You are no longer their safety net. Instead, your evolution stands as a testament to the possibilities that lie beyond their self-imposed limitations, urging them to summon the strength to change. In essence, you are not just a reflection of their fears, but a beacon of hope, challenging them to redefine their lives and step into the greatness they've always had within them. Number 8. They realize their influence was a mirage. For so long they clung to the illusion that they held power over you, a quiet assurance that your strength and resilience were somehow tethered to their presence. They believed they were the architects of your success, the guiding hand that shaped your journey. But now, as you flourish in your independence, a shattering revelation dawns on them. Their perceived influence was nothing more than a mirage, a fragile construct built on their need for control and validation. As you step boldly into your power, it becomes clear that your strength was never contingent on their approval or support. They are confronted with the reality that you were always capable of greatness, and their role was merely a supporting actor in a story where you were the star. This realization cuts deeply, unraveling the narrative they had spun to justify their actions and behaviors. They find themselves grappling with the truth that their influence was a fantasy, a comforting lie that shielded them from acknowledging their own shortcomings. Each triumph you achieve without them serves as a reminder of their failure to recognize the fierce independence that was always a part of you. Your achievements now illuminate the stark contrast between their perceptions and the truth of your capabilities. It becomes painfully evident that they were never the reason behind your strength. Rather, you were a force of nature, destined to rise regardless of their presence. This awakening forces them to confront their insecurities and inadequacies. They realize that they can no longer attribute your success to their guidance or influence. Instead, they must face the uncomfortable truth that their attempts to control and manipulate you have ultimately failed. The very foundation of their ego, built on the belief that they were indispensable, crumbles as they witness you thrive on your own terms. In the aftermath of this realization, they are left with a lingering sense of loss, not just of you, but of the version of themselves that relied on your dependence. They must reconcile the dissonance between the power they thought they held and the truth that your strength has always come from within. As they watch you soar, they are left to grapple with the sobering understanding that their influence was never real. It was a mirage that has now dissipated, leaving only the stark reality of their own inadequacies in its wake. Your independence is not just a testament to your resilience, but a powerful reminder that true strength cannot be claimed or controlled. It must be embraced from within. Number 9. You've become a mystery they can't solve. In the days when your relationship with them thrived, they believed they had you all figured out. Every quirk, every dream, every fear laid bare for them to see. They reveled in their perceived understanding of you, confident that they could predict your reactions and influence your choices. But as you have transformed into an untouchable force, you have evolved into a complex mystery that eludes their grasp, leaving them both bewildered and desperate to decode the enigma you have become. Your metamorphosis has been marked by a profound shift in your energy and essence. The traits that once felt familiar and accessible have become intricate layers of strength, confidence and independence that they struggle to comprehend. They watch as you navigate life with a newfound clarity and purpose, and the very characteristics that once made you predictable have turned into a dynamic array of attributes that defy their expectations. They are left in awe, grappling with questions that gnaw at their consciousness. Who is this person? How did they transform so completely? What inner alchemy has unlocked this untamed spirit? As they stand on the sidelines, their curiosity becomes a double-edged sword. While they are drawn to the brilliance you now radiate, they are also consumed by an unsettling feeling of alienation. The deeper they probe, the more they realize that their previous assumptions were mere illusions. They are faced with the harsh truth that their understanding of you was superficial, rooted in their need for control rather than genuine connection. You have shed the layers that once concealed your true self, and in doing so, you have become a force that transcends their comprehension. This profound transformation invites them to confront their own inadequacies and missed opportunities for growth. They are left to grapple with the reality that they may never fully understand the depths of your evolution, and this uncertainty breeds frustration and envy. Your journey is now a testament to your resilience and courage, and each day you continue to thrive adds another layer to the mystery that surrounds you. While they once relished in the illusion of control, they now find themselves yearning for a connection that has slipped through their fingers. Your evolution has revealed a truth they can no longer ignore. They are powerless to shape or define you. As you continue to embrace your newfound identity, you embody the very essence of mystery, a living testament that some things are meant to be celebrated rather than understood, reminding them that their attempts to figure you out will forever remain just that, a puzzle they cannot solve. Number 10. They're haunted by your absence. Your departure has left a void that reverberates through their existence, creating an ache so profound that it feels almost tangible. It's not merely the fact that you are no longer present in their lives, it's the haunting realization that your absence signifies a deeper loss, the loss of something precious they never truly appreciated. As they navigate their days without you, they are confronted with an incessant reminder of what once was, an echo of your brilliance that plays on a relentless loop in their minds. Every moment they experience is colored by the memory of your presence. They recall the laughter you shared, the dreams you once painted together, and the way your energy illuminated the darkest corners of their lives. But now, all that remains is a stark reminder of their failure to recognize the diamond they had in their midst. The thought of how they took your light for granted gnaws at them, an ever-present reminder of their inadequacies and the missed opportunities to truly appreciate you. They find themselves replaying the moments when they could have celebrated your achievements, offered support, or expressed gratitude for the unique gifts you brought into their world. But instead, they were often preoccupied with their own needs, dismissing your contributions as commonplace rather than extraordinary. Now that you have stepped into your power, your absence resonates like a haunting refrain, a constant reminder of the value they overlooked, a reminder of the depth of connection they lost due to their short-sightedness. This haunting manifests in various ways. Perhaps they see a song that reminds them of you, or they pass by a place that holds a shared memory. Each encounter serves as a painful reminder of their past neglect, forcing them to confront the reality of what they allowed to slip away. They may even find themselves yearning to reach out, to seek forgiveness or rekindle a connection, but the fear of rejection looms large, serving only to amplify the emptiness they feel. As they grapple with the raw ache of your absence, they begin to understand that the real loss is not just of you, but of the potential for a deeper, more meaningful relationship. Your absence is not merely a void, it's a powerful reminder of the light they failed to nurture, the brilliance they took for granted, and the undeniable truth that some treasures are only recognized once they are lost. Each day without you deepens their longing, reinforcing the reality that they will forever be haunted by the absence of someone who was never just a part of their life, but a source of inspiration and strength, a diamond they didn't know how to hold. Number 11. Watching you thrive is their unspoken regret. As you continue to ascend to new heights, each of your successes resonates like a thunderclap in their mind, shattering the illusion they once held of being integral to your journey. The more you thrive, the more they are faced with the unrelenting truth that they were never the authors of your story. Rather, they were but a chapter, one that you've since moved on from. This realization sits heavily on their conscience, manifesting as a deep, unspoken regret that colors every moment of their existence. Every achievement you attain is a stark reminder of what they lost, the chance to be part of something extraordinary, to have played a role in the symphony of your success. They watch from the sidelines as you conquer challenges, expand your horizons, and embrace opportunities, and with each milestone, the painful truth crystallizes in their minds. They were not as essential to your journey as they once believed. You have blossomed into a force of nature, and in the process, they have become an afterthought, a mere whisper in the narrative of your life. The irony of their situation is haunting. They once reveled in the thought that they were somehow a catalyst for your growth, that their presence had significance. Now, as you shine brightly without a single glance back, it's a brutal testament to their insignificance in the grand scheme of your life. They are confronted with the stark reality that you have not only survived without them, but have thrived in ways they never imagined possible. The gap between your radiant success and their stagnation becomes a chasm that cannot be bridged, deepening their regret with each passing day. This unspoken regret festers quietly within them, a persistent ache that lingers like a shadow. They may find themselves replaying the moments they could have been supportive, the times they could have chosen to uplift you instead of casting doubt. Yet, now that you have moved on, those opportunities are lost to time, leaving only a sense of longing and what-ifs that haunt their thoughts. As they witness your transformation from afar, they are forced to confront the truth. They failed to recognize the diamond in their midst, and now that you've outshone them, they are left grappling with the consequences of their choices. The pain of watching you thrive without them is a bitter pill to swallow, a reminder of the depth of their miscalculation. With each new achievement you celebrate, they are left with the unshakable feeling that they were never meant to be a significant part of your journey, only a fleeting moment in a story that is now all your own. Conclusion. As you stand tall in your newfound strength and purpose, it becomes clear that your journey is not just a personal victory, but a profound testament to resilience, growth, and the indomitable spirit of the human experience. Those who once inhabited your world may now find themselves grappling with their own regrets, haunted by the realization that they underestimated your potential and dismissed the lifeline you represented. You are no longer just a reflection of what they might have aspired to be. You are a powerful force that compels them to confront their shortcomings, igniting a whirlwind of emotions within them. Your unwavering ascent is a clarion call, urging them to break free from the chains of their own making, to recognize the beauty of their own unfulfilled potential, and to understand that change, while daunting, is not only possible, but essential. The stark contrast between your thriving spirit and their stagnation lays bare the truth. Life is fleeting and opportunities are often taken for granted until they are lost. Your journey serves as both a mirror and a beacon, illuminating the path for others who may feel trapped by their fears and insecurities. By embracing your authenticity, you inspire those around you to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery, reminding them that the power to change their narrative lies within their grasp. In the end, your evolution is not just about leaving the past behind. It's about elevating others to recognize their own worth and the endless possibilities that lie ahead. As you continue to thrive and shine, you empower those who witness your transformation to break free from their own limitations and step into the lives they were always meant to lead. Thus, while they may remain haunted by your absence, they are also blessed with the opportunity to reflect, learn, and ultimately rise alongside you. Your journey is a symphony of hope and empowerment, a celebration of what is possible when one dares to dream, to evolve, and to embrace the beauty of being unapologetically oneself. In doing so, you not only carve out your own destiny, but also pave the way for others to find their voices, reclaim their power, and thrive in the extraordinary lives they were destined to live. If you're enjoying this video, consider subscribing to our channel. Joining our community means you'll stay updated on all our future content, and your support helps us keep creating valuable insights. Hit that subscribe button and be part of our journey. Thank you for being here.